Kerry Eggers, Portland Tribune. CJ, that fourth quarter, you missed some free throws, some shots you normally make. Were you gassed? The pressures of the situation, what was going on?
Yeah, like you said, I just missed them. I was locked in as I could be, focused as I could be. I prepared the same way I always do, just left it a little short. I feel like I didn't give myself a chance by leaving it short. I'd rather miss long, but it happens. It's unfortunate that it had to happen in the fourth quarter. It was such a tightly contested game. There's no excuses. It's on me. Free throws are uncontested shots that you should make, especially a player my caliber, and I didn't make them.
On the right side, please.
CJ, Tom Ward, Coin TV. What does it feel like out there when the Warriors begin to hit that gear, like in the third quarter? They've done it twice in a row now. Can you describe that for us?
They're a very good team, especially in the third quarter, as we've seen. They take advantage of missed shots. Draymond did a good job of pushing the ball in transition. He kind of got them going, getting easy baskets for everybody else. Obviously, you try to stay locked in on their shooters. Steph and Clay are constantly moving. So, if you're guarding one of those guys, you're not necessarily paying attention to where the ball's at because you're in a stay home. So he was smart about, when to drive, driving up guys' backs. And, they took advantage of bad offense. They took advantage of missed shots. And the third quarter was a killer once again.
Questions for CJ? Right here, third row.
When Draymond takes the ball in that power dribble up the court, like you say, you had your back turned on some occasions. Just how much of an impact do you think Durant's absence is having on his ability to initiate and play make the way he has in the last few games?
I think he plays the same, whether KD's playing or not. He initiates a lot of the offense. Steph is the point guard, but a lot of times, Draymond's getting the rebound, so he's starting the break. And Steph does a great job of moving without the ball. Clay does a great job moving without the ball. I think that, just depending on how teams guard them, obviously we've done a little bit of changes in our coverages. Draymond's the guy that catches the ball in the middle. So he's making a decision on whether to shoot it, drive it at the help, and throw the lob, or to hit the corner. And a lot of times tonight, he was just pushing the ball and getting contact and finishing around the basket. But, the only difference between when KD plays and when KD doesn't is just another guy who can do everything, out on the court. So just, probably more space. But they also ISO a little bit more, with him, and run a little bit more pick and roll with Steph, having a point guard set the screen.
On the left side in the middle row. Yes. Go.
Ryan Clark, Portland Tribune. CJ, as far as the defense the Warriors have played in this series, what do you think they've done to limit you and Dame in a lot of the pick and roll actions?
Have you been watching the pick and roll actions? What did you see?
I saw they were blitzing you guys and that you got a lot of trouble.
Yeah, they've been blitzing us. They've been up at the level of the screen. And in ISO situations, they do a good job of loading up, so you're never really, by yourself. The elbows, boxes, sometimes they just send a second defender. So, they're very smart about how they, structure their defense. Obviously, it changes throughout the game, but I think, Draymond's constantly helping. Iggy's rotating over. The weak side is, pulling over and making it difficult. But, we got to do a better job. That's what elite defenses do. They make it difficult on you and try to, get the other guys to beat you.
On the right side, yes, sir.
Marcus White, NBC Sports Bay Area. In that second quarter, you got some minutes with the second unit. You guys had a good amount of success together. What changed in the second half when you guys were reunited?
I don't think we did a poor job in the second half. I just think that by the time the second unit was in, it went from we were up 13 to start the second quarter to probably up 2 or down 2 at that point. So. The flow of the game was the same. We just didn't make shots. They got out and ran, and they had a little bit of momentum, based on, the run they went on. But I thought the second unit did a great job. We have to do a better job, as a starting unit of closing games. That 6-7 minute spurt, our pick and roll coverage was a little spotty, and we allowed Steph to, get some easy layups down the stretch.
Last question on the right, please.
CJ, Tom Ward, Coin TV. In your estimation, does this team have enough gas in the tank to come out, get a win Monday, and kind of begin to make this a series again?
Absolutely. You never want a series to end, especially on your home court. Everybody on this team has pride. Everybody on this team, understands what's at stake, and we've been through a lot of adversity this season in our lives individually. So we're looking forward to the challenge. We've dug ourselves in quite a hole, but now for us, it's just one game at a time. The next game is Monday at home in front of our fans, and we want to do our best to try to put on a good show.
Shout out to Mike Malone, Tim Connolly. They both did a great job, but who's
I
to say?
agree with your point about the playmaking, though. That just hasn't been there for the Blazers in this series. Let's get you back to Portland.
I think we given a lot of attention to, their two main guys, the guys who shoot the ball the best, and that's Steph and Clay. So, when we do our switching and have our bigs up at the level, at the three-point line, they throw it to him, and he's, making the right plays. Sometimes he's getting downhill, laying it up. He's drawing fouls. He's throwing lobs, making the late pass to the big, finding the weak side. I mean, once he gets the ball in his hands, he's doing, everything that you would want that guy in the middle to do. And then, even in the first half, he was just pushing it up the court, inbounding it quick. The game was going our way, and he was just pushing it quick, drawing fouls, and, trying to get to the rim. So, he's been huge for him.
Jamal Corner, Reuters. Dame, the Warriors have consistently blitzed, and you've consistently made the correct plays. Is there a point where you kind of have to push it and force it a bit, or do you have to continue making the correct play?
I think what they want me to do is make the correct play. And for me, I try to do that for as long as possible. As long as I can do it and we can stay in the game or have a lead like we have the last two games when I'm just making the right plays, and guys are doing what they're supposed to do on the weak side. But I think in Golden State's minds, they know at some point if we're going to beat them, I'm going to have to be rolling. And, they just kind of banking on the fact that, we'll just live with what's happening right now, keep getting the ball out of his hands. And, at some point we'll probably be able to take over the game. And tonight I was making the right play just like game two, and we had the lead for a lot of the game. Third quarter they had, another one of their quarters. And, I tried to get aggressive. I tried to force the action. Both guys stand with me, and then Draymond is lurking behind them. So it's, you up against a wall of defense. Sometimes it's three defenders. So it's tough because you're not going to always get a quality look. And then when you do get a quality look and don't make it, that kind of just makes it worse.
On the left, your third right.
Dwight James, NBC Sports Northwest. Dame, how tired are you?
Everybody's tired. And it's the third round of the playoffs after a long season. In our last season, I got a lot of attention. The team was giving me a lot of attention, and same thing in this series. So, it takes a lot, to deal with that and then go out there and chase guys around on the defensive end. So, but everybody's putting that effort out. I feel fine enough to go out there and play 40 minutes like I have been, but, it's definitely tiring.
All the way in the back, please.
Dame, Andrew Hobner, KZI TV. It seems pretty well known at this point about the Warriors that they do go on these big third quarter runs, as happened in game two. Is this something that you have to prepare for as a player? Does it affect mentality at all, knowing that the Warriors do this and do it with consistency, run it up the third?
I don't think it affects your mentality. I think it's just something that, and it's also not something you should expect from them. I think we're just constantly reminding each other what not to give up. So, maybe we don't give up one of those runs, but a huge part of it is just staying together, keeping your mind right and not panicking when they do have a run. I thought in game two, they went on one of those runs and we went into the fourth tied up, and then we was able to build back on the lead in the fourth, and down the stretch, we just kind of let the game slip away. And tonight they went on another one of those runs, and I thought we were in the game. But when you give up that run and you don't control the game well enough, it can easily get away from you. And they had some possessions where we had some miscommunication on some switches, left a few guys open, and they hurt you in those situations.
Damian, Tom Ward, Coin TV. In your estimation, does this team have enough gas in the tank to get a win Monday and then make this a series again?
It starts with one. We still got another game on our home floor, and that's a solid start for us. And, we can't look at I guess, Game 5 or Game 6 or any of that. We just got to get one. And we're confident that we can do that. And then once we do that, we build from there.
All the way in the back.
USA, Draymond Green was pushing the ball hard every time he could. What could you do better in transition defense for the next game?
I think just understanding that after he does it 1 or 2 times, you got to recognize the trend. I thought tonight, especially in the first half, we just kept being surprised by it. And the game was going in our favor, so I don't think you pay as much attention to it when, you're up 6, 7, 8, or whatever we were up in the first half. Sometimes even double digits, you don't see it as much of a problem as it is. But I think because he was able to keep getting it out quick, pushing it at us, drawing fouls, getting to the rim, that just got him in a good rhythm, got his confidence up really high. So in the second half, when other guys started to make shots and they got back into the game, it really hurt us, all because of how we allowed them to get in that type of rhythm and comfort in the first half.
Questions for Dan? All right. Thank you.